What's up, guys and ladies? How you doing? Alright, so this is part 2 of the first week of Team YouTube, a series where I get a bunch of YouTubers together and we play some games, talk about some topics, and I give them all a shout out. But before we start part 2, I do suggest that you watch part 1. You can click the annotation on the screen, or if you're on mobile, you can find a link to it in the description. And if you're a YouTuber that would like to get in a future episode, part 1 will also have some of the information for that. Alright, so with that being said, let's just hop straight into it. Yeah, so let's not talk about that.
Alright, yeah, I won't
but
bring
things
up
like
the daddies anymore.
Things like console wars and stuff like that, I don't mind if you talk about that even. Like, that's fine with me. It's just that, like, when people complain about lag and stuff like that, there's no winning. There's no winning that argument. Or
console
right.
wars, it's all about
like
PC, obviously.
Well, console wars... Console wars,
I feel like console wars
the
is
easy
just
answer to
whatever anyone
that.
Owns.
No, the easy answer to console wars is whatever's better for you. Each of them have better things for better people. You know, like if you think about Xbox One, it's an entertainment machine. You know, some people want that, and some people want the better servers. PS4, some people want the better hardware. Some people want the better picture. You know, like for PC, like you have more customability, and you can do like pretty much anything. You can do field of view changer. You know, like some people love that. You know. It depends on what your preferences are, and that's what wins console wars for you. You can't say that it's going to be better for somebody else, or that anybody else is going to enjoy
Call of Duty
better.
or something.
For any game, you know, for any game, the console
it doesn't
choice
even come down to.
It's down to your preference.
It comes down to me. It just comes down to games and whatever my friends are going to be playing on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
For me, it's the online experience.
Yep. Because that's what these consoles are about, is the online. So if you don't have people you know you're going to play with, why would you switch systems?
Yeah, you're going to hate your system no matter which system you got if you buy it for the wrong reason.
True.
We're in the lead.
But I do think that the Xbox One definitely has an edge in that it's trying to be everything and focusing on being less of a game console. It's still definitely adequate as a next-gen console. But you can tell, oh, we're also your cable box, we're also your live streaming platform, we're this, that, and the other thing. We are the only thing you're going to need in your living room other than your TV.
I'm so glad a guy tried to tube me and I shot him in the face and he missed.
Isn't that exactly why they called it the Xbox One?
That is exactly why they called it the Xbox One.
Tagline for it.
Yes. Well, I don't remember it specifically being their tagline, although I'm sure it was internally, is that it's going to be the one thing you own.
Yeah, that's why they called it that.
Keynote.
Losing C.
At their press release.
We lost Charlie.
And I think they're doing a good job of that, but at the same time, I want a video game console to play video games, but that's just because I'm a hardcore gamer. Other people are going to want other things.
I think it's perfectly adequate the way it is, man. I remember when the PS3 came out and they said how much better graphically it was going to be than the 360. And, like, I played it, and
It's
yeah,
not
they
a
were
big
real
difference
better,
at all.
But, like, not a big difference to where it's like, oh man, I gotta get a PlayStation because the graphics are so much better. And it's the same way with the PS4. Like, people talk about how much more powerful the PS4 is. It's like, I heard that with the PS3. Like,
well, the problem the
gonna be
Xbox One has
negligible.
been having is it's allocating a lot of its resources to miscellaneous background processes, which is why so many games are running natively at 1080p on the PS4 and at 720 or 900 on the Xbox One, is because a lot of the processing power of the Xbox One is being tied up by background processes.
yeah.
Like Skype and... gosh, I don't even know.
I just feel like it's one of those things where...
Enemy has B.
I feel like it's one of those things where why drop $500 on a new console when I can put $600 into a PC and have it run games better, and then also like do my email and
For
shit.
$600,
Yeah.
you can't. Or
For $600, I built my PC
know.
for $600 and
Yeah.
it plays games better than the Xbox One.
I thought it would cost
like,
at least like $800 or $900.
Enemy SATCOM spotted.
You need $800 or $900 to build like a top of the line ish, like run games on Ultra, kind of thing. But mine does the job, and I can still play games better and do like actual other stuff with that thing that I spent $600 on.
Securing B.
Yeah, see, I would just went with familiarity, man. All the people I'm used to playing with are on Xbox. Like, if you were a 360 person, I mean, it would have to be a pretty big issue for me to have to switch over to PlayStation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is exactly why I'm gonna buy an Xbox One when I have the money, but I already built this PC that's better anyway. So if I'm not too rushed about it. Like I'm happy just playing on Xbox 360 and PC for the time being until I get some more money.
I'm probably a little ignorant on the situation because I've never played PC. I mean, I've played like computer games, but nothing to where like with Call of Duty where you have to move around with keyboard strokes. And, you know, stuff like that.
Well,
So,
the good news is that Titanfall has aim assist if you plug in a controller on PC, which is gonna be it's gonna be a real field day for the people who mod aimbots into games. But I played the beta mostly on a controller, and it felt natural because I've been playing on a controller forever.
Give me that quad.
Securing C.
Yo, I'm so bad.
No, I love the Xbox One. I'm just a little sad that it was almost a step backwards as far as the social aspect.
Guard dog ready.
Everything.
Yeah, but that's a lot of bad things about the party system.
Yeah, the party system is bad, but they're supposed to be fixing that with an update that comes out right before Titanfall drops.
Which is good. I'm glad they are proactively working to fix that. Here's the thing. That's the exact reason why I never really liked the PlayStation 3 is because they didn't do that. They didn't fix the social aspect of the PlayStation 3.
Your sentry gun is ready for deployment.
People on our website ask why we didn't post too many PS3 open lobbies instead of Xbox 360s. That's exactly why. They were a bitch to run. You can't invite them to university. Somebody has to be on your friends list in order to invite them. Even just accepting and deleting friends off of the system is crazy.
I'm just gonna say, like, I don't play this game on the Xbox 360 anymore, and playing it now, I know why. Like, I absolutely hate it on the 360.
I mean, like, I miss my stuff.
I think the reason for
it feels so different, and
yeah, it doesn't run as smooth. It doesn't feel good.
I think the reason for the sort of social disconnect on the PS3 is due to the fact that for the PS3, Sony was focusing on Japan, and Japan wasn't as big into social media on their consoles at the time as they were about JRPGs and stuff like that. And it seems to me that they're really making a push for the American market with the PS4, which is why they're implementing all these social features and implementing live streaming and implementing pretty much everything to compete with the Xbox One in a North American market, which I respect. But I understand why they made these decisions for both consoles.
That's really great for them. I honestly don't want to bash the PS4 until I've tried it. You know, I've owned a PS3 and an Xbox 360 for years. I can, you know, say my experience. I'm not one to bash one or the other unless I've had my hands-on experience with it.
Exactly.
So I am hopefully going to get a PS3 or a PS4 and be able to have hands-on with it as far as the social aspect. Reach out to that part of our community that is on the PS4 side, just so we can get that feel back.
I've actually had both.
It's a lot better than what it used to be.
I've actually had the Xbox One and the PS4, and honestly, the PS4 is really competitive with the Xbox One this time around. Honestly, the PS3 and the Xbox 360, the Xbox 360 just blew the PS3 out of the water.
Yeah, it
but
did.
The PS4...
Except for the Red Ring of Death. That was the only thing that was bad about the...
Well, they fixed that with the second generation Xbox.
Well, not even, because the second gen still did brick. I think it was around the third or fourth that they finally got a processor that wasn't guaranteed to overheat at some point.
It was the Falcon chipset that fixed it.
PlayStation,
I don't know if you know anything about the chipsets, but...
PlayStation never took off the way Xbox did, because if you remember, the Xbox when it launched was nothing like what it is today. The 360
God damn it!
Just played video games and allowed to party. That was it. But through updates, you know, through all this firmware update, it is not the same system you bought back then. And PlayStation just never did that. They never did updates. They never updated their user interface or their interactions.
And I feel like that was because they weren't considering the North American market as much as their home country's market, and they completely changed their philosophy for this next or current gen because they realized that they were really going to have to start competing if they wanted to keep up as a major competitor and make a lot of money. Because the two markets, the North American and the Asian market, want completely different things as far as their video game consoles are concerned. Almost no one in Japan bought an Xbox 360.
Well, I mean, you got to think about the kind of people over there. They really love tentacle porn. You know?
I mean, I do too, but I still bought an Xbox 360 over a PS3, so...
Yeah, to watch your tentacle porn on.
No, I do that on my computer. I'm not going to use IE on my 360, what are you kidding me? Get tons of viruses, have them steal my credit card number? Nah, dude, I watch my tentacle porn on my PC on Firefox private browsing.
Securing A.
You want to make jokes? I'll make jokes.
So you have any tentacle porn suggestions?
Defend your positions.
Dude, honestly, hentaistream.net is pretty good for anything like that.
I think he's really serious, isn't he? Wow.
Yep.
Alright.
I made a joke and shit got weird.
Yeah.
Not serious, but I know a lot of things that are online, because where do I spend most of my day? Socializing? Fuck that, I'm going on 4chan.
Brother.
Wow. So, new topic.
Please cut that out.
Yeah.
I don't...
No, I'm gonna leave it in. Yeah.
Yeah, I need...
Alright, so, new topic. Let's talk about competitive Call of Duty. Alright.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, alright, so, you probably know about how everybody was thinking about, like, blacklisting OpTic, right? Just because they want to grow their own YouTube channels and, you know, get their own fan bases.
I
that,
didn't
right?
actually hear a lot about that.
So, what I was thinking was, why don't they all blacklist Complexity? If they did that,
what's the thing with
have all the...
blacklisting OpTic?
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
There's...
No, I didn't hear about that.
Alright, so a lot of the top 10 teams all got together,
okay.
and they all decided, like, hey, let's all, like, blacklist OpTic. Nobody scrims with them, you know, nobody does anything, likes their videos, nobody helps them, like, grow any more than they actually are. And if they're not getting all the stream views, because they're not, like, actually playing all these, like, other pros, they might fall off just a little bit so that the other guys can catch up a little. And that was their idea, which it wouldn't have worked at all, you know? They're gonna grow more with playing with OpTic than not playing with them, you know? So it was a stupid idea at the first part. But, what I was thinking was, why don't they all just, like, blacklist Complexity? Complexity's the best team out there, and they've been winning back to back to back to back. If everybody were to blacklist them, they wouldn't have the practice that they need.
Sell.
Yeah, they wouldn't have the practice that they need.
Yeah, Complexity doesn't sell. That's the difference. Like, they don't... I think they're all envious of OpTic because they make money no matter what. And their fan base is so over the top that, like...
True.
Like, think about it, like, Parasite joined OpTic for, like, what, a day?
I think it was about
for, like, 2 days?
16 hours.
Dude, I bet you he gained, like, 40,000 subscribers on YouTube for being on OpTic one day.
Yeah,
and, like, they're just jealous of that success. They're just... Like Complexity's probably sitting there like, what the hell, like, we're dominating the scene, yet these guys are getting all the hype. Why?
Exactly.
Like, why? We're the ones winning.
But my point is... My point is...
No, and I know what you're saying. Why don't they blacklist the best team for competitive purposes? But I think most of them don't... That's, like, secondary to most of them now. I feel like they're more worried about the money. But like, they look at it as
the thing is, if they blacklist
about winning.
If they blacklist the best team, then why wouldn't they just blacklist the second best team, since they're the best they're going to play with, and then blacklist the third, and then eventually no one's scrimmaging with anyone.
Yeah, you would just play amateur teams, yeah.
Which is great practice.
That's what it would be done.
Well, you can't blacklist everybody, but if you blacklist just the best...
I think that has some credence, though. It's one of those things where I think it has some credence, though, like in basketball or a sport like that, I don't think it's as much to where in this, like, strategies on certain maps and certain game types, like, that becomes, like, your strategy. And, like, the more you play people, the more you get familiar with what they like to do.
Yep.
So, I mean, competitively, I can see it. For money, I think it's stupid.
That's why you have teams do their off-season competing with
I think it's all stupid. It's incredibly childish. It's nothing more than being a big baby because somebody else is doing better than you, even if they're not actually winning. OpTic knows how to market themselves. They don't have to win to be popular. They're popular. That's what it is. It doesn't have anything to do with their skill or what they do on when it comes down to a LAN tournament or whatever. They have awesome personalities. They have people. They're marketed. They have a team that does that for them. and it's done very well, that's what people are pissed about.
Yep.
So who can take
I
down
mean,
complexity,
It's just a jealousy issue.
and how
That's
do they
it.
take them down?
I think it's one of those things where, for example, a team like OpTic, yeah, like, they might be jealous of their money, but you can't tell me that them focusing on making YouTube videos and making money doesn't take away at least somewhat from their competitive status. Like, what does Complexity do all day? They scrim, they play together. What does OpTic do? Well, they scrim and play together about half the day, and then they spend
They
time,
play some Minecraft.
you know, playing Minecraft or, you know, streaming Minecraft, or Scump's making cranked videos for his YouTube, or, you know what I'm saying? It's like not all business. Like, it's.
Well, that's also what happens when you have a bunch of
And that's
between
fine too,
17
you know?
and 20-year-old guys,
Yeah,
where basically
I mean, that's
it's a
fine.
business. You know, you're going to have people being kids. You got to expect it. I don't even think that's a bad thing. Let them do it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's a bad thing at all either. Like, OpTic seem. I mean, now Scump leaving for a while. That I think that's got to do with some of the competitive aspects, and he wants to win. He wants to make money too. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's a very fine line they have to walk. Like, do we want to grow our YouTube and Twitch, or do we want to be the best team, you know, in MLG?
I think they should try
And I
and
mean,
be the
I
best
guess-
team, to be honest.
That's what I think too. I think that
It's pro
OpTic's already
sport.
got the popularity. Like, they already got it. Like, and I think
They
they're
don't need to
moving
do
towards
anything
that. I really do. Like, if you've paid attention at all, Nadeshot hasn't been making as many videos. Like, Scump's really the only one that makes non-competitive videos now. Like, any videos Nadeshot puts out, they're just ripped from a scrimmage or something. Whereas,
I agree with
you know,
that.
Scump
Ever
is still
since,
playing some rank, but Scump's the best
Clayster
player. So I
journey,
mean, I
too.
guess
Losing
When
Charlie.
they started just
Clayster I
playing
think is really
competitive
important too.
constantly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's very important,
Clayster-
I think, from go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, Clayster and Embo is kind of like, Embo has always been about competitive. He doesn't really do the whole YouTube thing, and I mean he does, but he mostly just like you said, uploads just scrimmages and stuff like that. And I think he kind of brought that with and kind of told everyone, hey, we need to focus if we want to actually have a chance at beating Complexity. Because what, they finished, what, 16th at Columbus and like 18th at
OpTic hasn't
Philly?
finished good at all.
Yeah, so, and that's why Scump left, because he was just so frustrated with the team and the way it was going, and
Losing Bravo.
Now, I don't know if you guys see it the same way I do, but like I see OpTic as kind of like the Dallas Cowboys.
We lost C.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
That's
they
exactly-
used
Everybody
to win.
loves them, but they don't
They
win
used
shit.
to win, but they haven't won
They are
anything
the
recently.
America's team. They are the name everybody knows. They
Yeah.
are the #1 merchandise. They have that stopping power that nobody else does, but without actually having to do
Sentry
anything.
gun ready for deployment.
And they say there was only stopping power in COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, though.
But that's where they
They do.
built their ground. That's where they expanded past
Enemy SATCOM
just
spotted.
the competition
Shit.
going into the YouTube. OpTic Hex making the YouTube videos. To be honest, that's when I started watching COD videos. Is watching OpTic Hex's videos.
That's what got you started watching
I can-
YouTube? That's interesting.
Super high
COD videos.
Yeah.
Videos, not YouTube.
Oh, well, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
and-
meant.
Securing C.
And that's just that brand name recognition that they have that these other
Guard dog
teams
KIA.
don't have, because what do you see when there's a competition? Hashtag Greenwall, hashtag Greenwall,
Yeah.
all the way
What time
down
does
your
OpTic play?
We lost Bravo.
Exactly.
there's even a website, www.whendoesopticplay.com.
Sentry gun is ready
I
for
mean,
deployment. Enemy has B.
ridiculous. It tells you who's streaming, who's not, and when they're going to stream.
Yeah, they definitely got the marketing aspect down.
Securing C.
You know, that's, in some cases,
Which I mean is it's half of any competitive scene. You'll see for basketball teams, sports teams, you know, football, anything like that. It's not necessarily how good you play as far as how much shit you can sell. At the end of the day, it's all about making money.
Exactly, it's a business for them.
but at the same time, you know,
Guard
it's
dog
right.
ready.
You know, when does the next basketball star, football star, stop
that's my fault.
going to make commercials in order to go practice? You know, and I think that's what a lot of these people are seeing.
We lost B.
that they're just not putting enough effort into the actual playing of the game.
But yeah, like I said, I think they're turning it around with the new additions they made. I think it was just one of those things where Merc and Big Timer just didn't seem to have the fucking passion anymore. Like,
Yep.
Losing Charlie.
And JCap also.
JCap, well, Scump didn't like JCap at all.
All points held.
Nobody likes
That
it.
didn't work out.
Well, Nate's liked JCap, but Big Timer and Scump did not get along.
Well, they all
Or
have
Big Timer
a lot
and
of
Scump did not
history,
get along with
too.
Badger.
Losing C.
But I think they're making the right, and I think what it is, at least from the videos I've watched, with what I gather with, you know, who's good and what needs to happen for the team to play well, specifically in Ghost, is your assault rifle player has to be very good at communicating, and that's what Clayster does. He's really good at calling out, he's really good at talking strategy, whereas a guy like Big Timer, who was a really good AR player in like Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3, he's kind of quiet. Like, even though like he's got like a good personality and stuff when he does YouTube and stuff, in game, like, I'd watch scrimmages of OpTic and like it seemed like it'd go like 2-3 minutes without Big Timer saying anything. So like, I think that really hurt him in Ghost, at least my opinion.
In this game, it's all about call-outs and positioning. So, like you said, you have to be communicating a lot, and your AR is the guy who's sitting back, kind of watching everything happen. So
yeah, he's got to let everyone know what's going on. Yeah.
Yep.
And you die so much quicker in this game. There's a lot less, like, I go back and play Black Ops 2. You have a lot more opportunity in Black Ops 2 to put on moves on people, like jump shot, drop shot, strafe, whatever.
Yep.
So
Yeah, definitely.
knowing where guys are coming from isn't as important, whereas in this game, like, if a guy starts shooting you, you're dead. So, like, communication is so key that I think the changes that OpTic specifically has made is going to be good, and taken. But I think they're going to show pretty well at COD Champs. I really do. I mean, it's always a toss-up, but I think Complexity's got to be the favorite. But I think OpTic's going to be good.
so, too.
I think Envy's going to be good. I think
I think
LV.
TK is very underrated.
Curse LV, man. Curse LV's essentially Furico Impact, which dominated
Exactly.
for a while.